Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Mr. Coder, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do job interview. Problem C from Educational Codeforces Round 166, rated for Division 2. So Monocarp has his own IT company. He wants to hire N programmers and M testers. And they're N plus M plus 1 candidates, which means that one won't be able to get a job, which is a number from 1 to N plus M plus 1 in chronological order of their arriving time. The ith candidate has programming skill A of I and testing skill B of I. And it's guaranteed that A of I is not equal to B of I. The skill of the team is the sum of the programming skills of all candidate hired as programmers and the sum of the testing skills of all candidate hired as testers. And when a candidate arrives to an interview, then Monocarp tries to assign them to the most suitable position for them, which means that if the programming skill is higher than the testing skill, then they'll hire them as a programmer. But if the programmer if the programmer skill is higher but there's no programmer skills left, then they'll be hired to the tester job. So then the task is to if everyone except for one person for all the candidates, if you try for each one candidate, or for every candidate you try to not include them, then what will be the skill of the team? And it's guaranteed that without that one person, everyone else will get a job, because there's only N plus M, and there's N programmers and M testers. And note that N or M can be 0. It's just one of them, at least one of them's greater than or equal to 1. So then if we look at this example, so there's 1 programmer job available, 0 tester jobs available, and there's 2, 1, 1, 2. So if you don't include this first guy, then it would just be this one, and then the only job available would be programmer. So it would be this one, which is the 1. So that'll be the total skill of the team. So it would be 1. And then if you don't include the second one, then it would be 2, because this is the programmer skill of this guy. So it would be 2. So that's what you print out. You print out 1. If you don't include the first guy, then the skill would be 1. If you don't include the second guy, you'd print out 2. And then for the next one, it would be no programmers, 2 testers. So then if we don't include the first one, then it would be 5, because 4 plus 1, which are the tester skills of each of them. And then if we do include the first one, but we don't include the second one, then it would be 5 plus 1, which is 6. And then if we don't include the third one, then it would just be 5 plus 4, which is 9. But I mean, these so far have been pretty easy because you only needed like one of them. But like if both are available, 1 and 2, then it's where it starts getting where you actually have to think about it. And then if the first candidate does not arrive in the third example, then this 2 would be correlate to the tester. The 5 will be for the programmer. And even though this 4 wants to be a programmer, their skill is better, but it can't be a programmer because this guy is already the programmer and there's no more programmer slots left. So this guy would have to be the tester, which means it would be 5 plus 1 plus 2, which is 8. And then if we try doing without the second person, then it would be, so then the first one, they'll be the tester, then this one will be the programmer, and this one will be the tester again, which will be 11. And then if we keep going with this, then if we keep going, then we'll keep getting these answers. So yeah, that's basically the samples explained. That's basically the samples explained. So now how do you approach this problem? So you'd approach it by like thinking about how to like optimize it, because you can't like loop through it twice, because then that'll be too slow. So you have to like you have to like pre-calculate some of the stuff. And if you notice that only one of them, only one person has a chance of being two jobs. And there's always going to be one person, but it's one person at the max, and there's always going to just be one person that can either be a programmer or a tester. And it'll depend on like which person won't come. Will depend on what they get. So that's basically what I did. So I got that. I found out which one was the one that like had two possibilities of being it. And then if the second one, if the testers like ran out, like they wanted to be a tester but they couldn't because like if we're assuming that everyone comes, then if the testers run out, then or the programmers run out, then that's the one that varies. But if the testers run out, then I swap the N and M and A and B, so that N and A are guaranteed to run out first. So like, yeah, they're guaranteed that to run out first, and then so B is either going to be their favorite or it'll be their forced one after the K, which is the index. And then so I keep track of the total, and then this is like the pre-calculating part. So I add every one besides K because those are all fixed. So if it's before K, then it's the maximum because anything before K, they get their chosen one. Anything after K, they always get the B of I, which is tester unless if it's swapped, which then it's programmer. And then for each one, if it's K, then I already have the answer. It's just the total. And then if I is less than K and A of I is greater than B of I, if I is less than K and A of I is greater than B of I, then I have I can add the A of K because that'll be the job that they get because the A of the I person doesn't end up coming. So that means that there's one more spot for this K. And then you'd subtract that guy because that guy didn't come. So you'd subtract the skill from that one and then you'd print it out. And then otherwise, these are just repetitive, but otherwise, then you'd have then the K would the Kth person, the K index would have to get the B job, which even though they're worse at it, they have to get it because that's the only job available. And then you'd subtract off the B of I, which is their skill at this one, which they're guaranteed to have this job. So yeah, and then if we check the sample, then we see that these are all matching with the sample outputs, and that's how you do a job interview from Educational Codeforces Round 166, rated for Division 2. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.